final presenter for the weekend here for Super Clinic 2009 is Sherwin Vasallo. He is with Acceleration Performance, which is a local organization he is the owner and operator of here in the city. In your package, you'll see actually his brochure inside. It's yellow and white and black. Brochure in your package, which explains a lot more about the services that he does provide. He is a basketball strength and speed professional that specializes in working directly with athletes to reach their maximum physical potential. Sherwin has earned a degree in kinesiology, the distinction of athletic certified therapist and certified strength and conditioning specialist, and is a level 1 weightlifting coach. Sherwin's training of elite athletes has been a passion of his, and holds this philosophy very strong to his heart for a number of years. In my opinion, and there's a lot of physical trainers in town here that are very involved with team sports. In my opinion, Sherwin is probably the only true basketball person that brings what his experience with basketball and physical training to what you can provide and maybe bring into your team. So his services are available to what you may want to have in your program. So without further ado, let me just make sure that his microphone is turned on. If you could help me welcome Sherwin Vasallo.
Hello? What's fine with it? Oh. Hello? 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 Is it on? I can yell really loud. Hello? 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 Hello?
It was working great all weekend.
Sherwin.
Are you guys, is it my fault? There we go. Leave it.
No.
Cake.
Hello?
Of course, Laura.
Hello?
Dave.
Okay, I think we're ready. It's gonna, I can feel it. It's gonna beep.
If you just start talking, we have another mic here somewhere.
All right.
It's right here.
Okay.
Adam. It's because they're both on, that's why.
They're both on.
Sherwin. Break and stuff. Break it.
Hello. Here we go. And that's really loud. It's like, I think I'm gonna perform. I'm gonna start singing pretty soon. Okay, we'll get started right away because I know that everybody's been sitting for a long time. Just like to thank Adam and staff at Basketball Manitoba for putting me last, the active presentation, so that all you guys are ready to sweat if you guys are going to come down and do some of the drills that we're going to show you today. I'm Sherwin. I know that Adam just did a quick little bio on me. I have a facility that's on 390 Provencher, so you guys can come check it out. It's the only, we try to make it a basketball training facility. I have Howie Eugenio. He's also a certified strength conditioning coach, also a certified Russian kettlebell instructor, and he's one of our speed coaches actually, and strength coach. Today, you guys are going to learn how to build a fast basketball athlete, whether you're coaching female athletes or male athletes. I'm going to take you through a bunch of drills that we do, how to assess their running style, and make any sort of corrections that you can. We're not going to turn you into professionals today or in 45 minutes, but you're going to pick out little corrections or major corrections, whatever you guys learn from this, and then hopefully you can turn your athletes into an efficient athlete on the basketball court. I guess I have my helpers here today, right? You guys are my helpers? Yeah? Okay, good. So this is going to look really good. I don't think I've met any of them before except Jordan. So I hope they listen well to my instructions. And also I'm going to ask a bunch of people out in the audience to come demonstrate or participate in some of the drills, because I'm a strong believer that if you cannot do the drills, can you really teach it effectively? Now, the stuff that we're going to do today is giving your team, you can take the template that we're going to show you, put that on your team, a proper warm-up, proper speed workout, and how to implement that also as well into your practice plan. So all this stuff is, right in the beginning. It's real quick, and it won't take a whole lot of your practice time. So what we're going to do here, let me just get my notes here real quick, is I'm going to show you how to assess running styles. And these are the ones that you've probably seen with your athletes. Howie, can you come over here? Now, you don't have to take each one and have them run all to one at a time. That could just take a long time. What you can do is just have them do some runs. Maybe you want to make them do man makers at the end. You don't have to tell them what you're doing. You just have them run. You want to make it as natural as possible because you don't want them to show, or you don't want them to act like they know what they're doing. So you want to get them naturally. So a couple of ones that we've seen that we've had to correct, especially with the younger athletes. Are there a lot of, I don't know, was it grade 4, grade 5? When I played basketball, we didn't have grade 4s or grade 5s. It was, you start playing basketball at grade 8. So there's a few, yeah? And the rest are high school or grade 6, 7, 8? Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. We see this from grade 3 all the way up to into university, and we have to correct their forms. So one of the typical ones that we've seen that we've had to correct is, here we go, the hockey sprint. Now these are for the people that have, or the basketball players that also play hockey, of course, the multi-sport athletes. So this is what it's going to look like. This is a hockey runner. Go ahead. There's a whole, it's like they're on the ice. They didn't take their skates off and they're on the basketball court still trying to stride. We'll do that one again. Just keep going as I talk through them. Now this is sort of a big problem with these athletes is that they have overdeveloped glutes and they're really tight. If you don't know what the glutes are, that's your bum. And so this is what they do. They've been playing hockey. We're in Canada, so a lot of hockey ever since they were born. And all they do is just skate. So then they bring that onto the basketball court. They're really fast, but they run inefficiently because the energy is going side to side. So this is one that's really tough to correct. And I also have Eric Zimmerman come in here. He was supposed to help, but he's late, naturally. He's a Westman athlete. The next one is the shuffle runner, okay? We're going to do this one with a side profile. How can you go like this? The shuffle runner, it looks really ugly. Go ahead. Okay, it looks like he's about 80. So keep running, keep running. Shuffle runners usually have really tight hamstrings, really tight calves, and a really tight butt. So they can't really extend because their hamstrings are too tight, they won't let them go forward. And this is one of my favorites. This is the one where run with no hands. This is where they don't even use their upper body, they just run like this. Okay? I don't want to say it, but usually people that run with no arms don't really have a lot of friends. So keep running, run fast like that. Run fast, and keep running like that. Howie doesn't have that many friends, so we're going to keep him like that. Okay, and then the last one, the very final one. This is the catastrophic running form. I'll do this one. Oh no, actually you can do it. I want to have friends. So start over there, and this is where you just run, like it's ugly, your knees collapse, and your arms are flailing, kind of flailing. Your knees collapse though, for sure. So, yeah, this is called the catastrophic run. This is where people, especially our female clientele, this is where they can experience ACL injuries because their knees just always collapse. They don't have very strong glute medius or outside muscles of their legs, and you see this a whole lot. A lot of people seen this kind of run style? Yes? Yeah, just put your hand up. Even if you haven't. It makes me feel good. So, all right, good. That was a late one. So, keep going. Keep running like that. So, he can't run like that because his legs are a little weird. But this is the one that you have to watch out for. I mean, all the other ones, they're still probably pretty strong. They can make it. But this one here, this is just a ticking time bomb. This is one that's probably going to result in ACL, MCL, any ligamentous, even tendonitis when they run or play a full season of basketball. Okay, that's good. You don't have to run anymore. So, as coaches, what are you going to do to make it so that you can correct your athlete, correct Howie, and to become a more efficient athlete? Now, there's a bunch of strength training. You can send your athlete to wherever you want to, or you can go ahead and do strength exercises. But are you really doing the right things to correct this person's form? Now, I do have a handout, but I didn't know how many people there are going to be here. So if all of you think, I think you have my brochure, so all you have to do is just email me and I'll forward all of the stuff that you need. But it'll show you exactly what muscles need to be strengthened, which exercises to do, and then how to do it. So it's a pretty nice handout that we're going to send out via email. But really, one of the things that we have to do, and this goes for all your athletes, even the hockey guy, because let's do a sideline one. I'm going to show you just a couple exercises you can do in practice. The biggest thing that you want to do, this is for your glute medius. That's the muscle right here, and this helps stabilizes the hip. Okay? So if you put this in here, usually we'll do about 3 times 12 per leg, holding here for 3 seconds, and back down, up and down. Go ahead and do it. This you've probably seen in your 1980s aerobics classes, or even on TV, 6 in the morning on Channel 11. No? That's just me? Okay. But this is although it looks kind of funny, this is actually a really effective exercise for the hips. And then you can flip over. The next one, what we're going to show you here, is the hip bridge. And again, these are all basic stuff. If you have kids that are in grade 4, this is really going to work well with them. Even all the way up, like I said, into university, because sometimes nobody's ever seen them or nobody's ever done them. So they have to get used to, if they want to play basketball at the next level, they got to do these exercises. Now this is just your regular hip bridge. We usually hold it for 10 seconds, and we do 10 reps. Just hold it there for a little bit, Howie. I like making Howie do all the exercises. That's why he comes with me. So, okay, good, thanks. Now the next one we're going to do here, I forgot to mention, here, let's get up. What you want to do when you're trying to strengthen the muscles of the hip, it's the muscle right here, the glutes, and what they call the posterior chain. That's the hamstrings and calves. You could basically think that this is your engine. So when Howie runs, he's using this area to push himself forward, and the front part are your brakes. This is your quads have to be strong to decelerate. So if he was going to decelerate, that's mostly his quads working. When he pushes off again, it's the back. So posterior chain, that's your glutes, your hamstrings, and your calves are the ones that need to be strengthened. And those are the exercises that we do to strengthen. That's only 2 of them. Again, just email me and I'll give you a pretty strong list of what to do and then where to do or how to implement that into your program. Now, this one here, I'm going to get you or these kids up on here, and I need some of the people out in the crowd to come down too. You guys are coaches, so if you have shorts, then you have to be on here. If you have shorts. If you have shorts. Okay, the basketball kids, let's go. Okay, I'm giving you something. Okay, find a spot on the court there. Anywhere. Can you put him in like like military style, lined up? Go ahead and follow Howie. Is it just you? Yeah. Just you? Yeah, come on down. I have something for you if you come down and participate. Yeah, for it. Oh, Mel.
Brochure.
Are you a coach too? Oh, good. Well, nice to see you. Right, what's that? Oh, thanks. Okay, well, how he sets up. Before you ever start your practice, always want to do a warm-up. Now, there's a lot of coaches out there, their warm-up is just run up and down. Maybe we'll do 3 laps, 6 laps, 10 laps, whatever it is that you do. Don't get into that habit. That's actually kind of a lazy way of warming up your kids. Do something that's specific to their muscles, something that's going to strengthen their muscles before your practice starts, so that way you don't have to send your kids, if they're younger, you don't have to send them out 10 o'clock at night to do strength training at Howie's gym or something like that. You can do this all in the beginning of practice, so that way you cover all bases. And also, these are going to be fundamental movements of sport anyways. So everybody needs to know how to squat, whether you're a basketball player, hockey player, football player, volleyball player. Again, like I said, it's a fundamental movement. You need to know how to do it properly, so that way you become a better athlete. When you have a large group like this, so some people just don't do cuts, so you'll have 17 kids on your team. You want to do your programming efficient, so have them in a military style. That's what we do with our programs. We have a military style warm-up, as in they're lined up like this. You can keep an eye on everybody. You go with the kids. And as a coach, you're going to keep the cadence. You're going to be telling them what to do. So if we have a program where they have to do 3 times 10 as a part of their warm-up, then that's what they're going to do on your account. You don't want some kid, Joe Blow, doing, okay, I did my 10. Well, yeah, they did their 10. It took them 2 seconds. Everybody else is still doing it. So control the tempo, control their exercises. So everybody watch Howie. He's going to tell you when to go. We got 10. What's that? 10 squats.
Feet out shoulders apart. Sitting back. Put your hips back. Down, very good. Get up. Get nice and low. Warm up the hips.
Here's your template. This warm-up template is one that we do before we do weight training or plyometric work. Any of your kids doing plyometric work right now as a team? Yeah? Some? Hands up? Yeah? Good. Any particular warm-up you follow or? What's that? Oh, okay. So if you want to follow something like this where you're warming up the muscles before getting into jumping, this is something that we all do with the athletes, and it just obviously makes sense. If you have a warm-up, that's good. If this one here is just specific to jumping and weight training. So, okay, get right into the next one. This is circuit style. So this is, you do your first 10, you do your next exercise, and you follow the template. And again, this is in the email if you want it. It shows everything on what to do. This is for a reactive foot drill. Now, as you're doing this, over time, they're going to get really good. You're going to be pretty comfortable leaving them. You don't have to demo. Walk around, see that everybody is doing it properly. You got to make sure everybody does their stuff properly. Because you have somebody that's doing squats like this, and you're not correcting it, well, you're not doing anything for that athlete to make them stronger, to make them more efficient, and to make them better. Cut it down a little bit, maybe do like 3. And then 1. Just do 3 per leg, Howie. Hey, everybody follow Howie. Follow Howie. Howie tells you when to go.
How many is that?
This one here is called mountain climbers. You gotta make sure that this foot is on the outside of that hand, and they try to get as low as possible. Okay, do you feel a stretch right here? Yeah, good. Front foot is flat, and switch it up a little bit faster. Switch, 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 switch. That's 10. Okay, get up. It's done like that. Okay, and then what's next? Okay, now this one here is to wake up the central nervous system. If you don't know what that is, that's basically what you're training when you do plyometric work. So that way you become more explosive, you become faster. I'm not going to get into the science of it, but just know it's for your central nervous system, to wake it up. This is good to do. You can even do this before your game. So how are you going to take them through it? It's really simple movements. Everybody's done this in basketball or football or any real sport. So, go ahead.
They did this earlier today. They don't have to.
So what you do here, that was 10 seconds. Front, back. Next one is 10 seconds of rest. Then the next movement, everything is 10 and 10. 1-to-1 work-rest ratio for this one. You got to make sure that your athlete is trying to move as fast as possible, trying to get as many contacts in 10 seconds. Get low, get low. Howie, cut it down to 5. Howie, 5 seconds. 5 and 5. This one's a tricky one, okay? So be patient with your athlete. This one here is rotation of the hips. Keep going, just go. Lie it down. The easiest cue is just to tell them, your chest face forward, your hips face the other way. You'll see a lot of stiff athletes do this, and they think they're doing that. Again, just correct your athlete. It can get frustrating, because I get frustrated with Jordan all the time, who keeps shooting. Good. Now you'll do that anywhere from 1 to 3 sets. It's up to you. You don't want to, sometimes people just start off with 10 and 10. You can do it 5 and 5 depending on the fitness level of your athlete, but just as long as you keep it to a 1-and-1 work-rest ratio. Okay? Sounds good? Now the next part, the next warm-up is for speed work. Now this is what we're supposed to be presenting, is speed stuff. So the participants, or the street people, thank you. Howie, can you give them some stuff? Okay, and then you, basketball people, you're right over here. Line up. Zimmy, I'll need you for this one. Welcome everybody, Eric Zimmerman, who plays for the University of Winnipeg Westman. We did a lot of work with him in the summertime, so he knows all about the drills that we do with the speed work and all of our warm-ups. So this one here is specific to running now. Now with running, major muscle groups just like the stuff that you do with plyos, except that there's running mechanics that we put into the warm-up. So Eric's going to do, real quickly, 10 sumo squats, so he stays wide. Face them. And then sumo squat it up. Just go down, just squat. And then back up, 10, quickly. After you've done 10, walking lunges. And go wide, or long, go long. There you go. Jog it back. Mountain climbers for 10. Now again, you'll be doing this with your kids all together, and we'll show you how to do that with these kids here. You and Zim do the A's and B's. Okay, Zim, jog it back. Okay, now here's the running stuff that you have to do. Now again, we were looking at the common running mistakes, running form mistakes. This is how you correct it, aside from the strength exercises. Everybody or anybody do track here? Coach track or do track? Oh, there we go. So you know your A's, B's, and C's? Perfect. So, do you remember them? Okay, good. Okay, so what we do here, how he's going to do his A's, Howie and Eric actually, we're only going to do about 10 yards of A's. So go ahead, and then I'm going to explain stuff while you do it. So go. A's, yeah. With the hop. No, with the hop. Okay, with the walk. With the walk to start. Now, if you have to teach it in walking style just like this. What you want to do here is you want to make sure that his toes are pointed towards his shin and that he stays upright. A lot of people want to get their knees up. If they got tight hamstrings, they'll look like this. And obviously that is not what you want. You want them to be upright, toes pointed up towards their shin. And also, you have to keep walking, keep doing it. You have to have their arms going at the same time. Again, you don't want to promote the no hands runner, because then you'll affect your runner's or your athlete's self-esteem. So that's going to be weird. Jog it back. Usually we'll do about 3 of these. Hey, you folks are watching, right? You got to do this after. Keep going. Okay, can you add the hop now? Once they get used to it, then you add the hop to it. Jog it back. Okay, and now you have to make it explosive. Okay? This is going to be the final product here. Go ahead. What it should look like. Oh, no, not that. Come on. Okay, where it's got to be explosive. The movements have to be explosive. When you're teaching, it doesn't have to be, but over time, once they're... Oh, it's been a while, here's him. More explosive. Jog it back, do it again. Okay, you folks, line up. How many are there? I can't count. 11. Okay, I'll take 6 in the back, 5 right across here. Right here. Give me 5 right here. Do B's. Howie and Zim, do B's. Okay, line up, good. Okay, that's good. Thanks. Back it up. Okay, now when you have your team, you can do it all in a row where you have the whole court. It can be kind of tough to manage. This one here is a little easier, and you can see everybody, and it gives them a lot of room. So what you're going to do is everybody's seen, Jordan, everybody's seen the A's, right? We're going to do walking A's just for 5 yards. So you're going to go up to this cone, and you're going to go up to the second cone. Okay, and it's on my count. You ready? Up, up, walk forward, no hop, walk, go. Okay, not on my count, good. Only to the cones. So it's a short distance only. Turn around, don't go back, just turn around. Here's your cone. Ready? Go. Okay, good. You can extend this line. You can make it 10 yards, make it more explosive. You girls ready? Or you girls and guys ready? Add the hop to it now. Ready? Go. Hey. Only to the cone. Only to the cones. It's short distance. Okay. Add a bounce, so you're doing 3. Does that make sense? Hop 3 times, and I'll tell you, ready? Hop. 1, 2, 3. Hop. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Does that... Are you confused? Just listen to me. Bounce 3 times right now. I'll tell you when to go. Bounce. Go. Bounce. Go. Don't move forward. Bounce. Go. Don't move forward though. Back it up. Okay, this is going over really well. Sick. Okay, just hold it real tight here. Okay, you two, can you do C's? Okay, did anybody see the B's here? Okay, good. Let's do it a little faster. A little faster, the B's. More explosive now. What Howie's doing here, and Zim, he's trying to pull himself forward, trying to get the hamstrings warm. And again, this one is a little tricky. Do it again. He's kicking up like the A and pulling forward with his foot and hamstrings. You don't want to make it look like this. A lot of people will do it this way. Okay? But again, this one is really technical and it's really tough to teach. The last one is easy. This ones are C's or butt kickers. Go ahead. And again, good arm activation. You want to make sure that they do that all the time. Okay, space yourselves out. There's your cone. Your cone's in the back. We're extending the line. We're going to do this over again. Let's go. Right to here. Right to here. This cone. Okay, ready. We're doing A's. So that's this one here. With a hop. Ready. Go. Okay, good. Only to the cone. Good. Turn around. Do it again. Oh, this is much better. Good. Turn around. Let's do B's. B's. Just walking. Just walking. Not bad. Get your arms involved. Good. B's it back. B back. And then we got C's coming up. C's are the butt kickers. Go. Okay, so with this stuff right here, it's kind of the dry stuff of running. There are no toys. It's just breaking down the fundamental skills of running. So it has to be done. If we don't do it, you'll never get the full potential of your athlete, how fast he or she could really be. Okay, bring it back over here. Now real quickly, we're going to take you through acceleration drills. Oh no, bring it back. All you kids are back. And you can line up. Now, this is the stuff that I used to do when I was playing for, actually, Bill Wedlake. And I thought he was a crazy old man. I was like, man, nobody ever does this. And now I do it. And I teach it. That's so weird. Anyway, this one here, what we're going to be doing is partner drills. Okay? You lean in. Because when you accelerate, nobody accelerates upright. Can you do upright acceleration? Okay, go. He looks like Forrest Gump. So we're not going to do that. You have to have a 45-degree lean. Actually, use it. Howie will lean into you. It'll be easier. Okay, go ahead. Okay. So there has to be a 45-degree lean. His head has to be far over his toes, and this forces him to have a really strong knee up. If he doesn't have this quick enough, he's going to be on his face, and his turnover has to be fast. So the first thing that people do who have that problem not leaning forward is just getting used to leaning forward. Good. And then do it again. Just drop. Okay, now start pumping. Good. And then relax. You can do partner style in place. You can do it for distance. What we do sometimes, after a while, go ahead and do this. Just in place. In place. Start pumping. And then move out of the way. Okay? That's with your partner drills. Now let's just say you don't feel like partner drills, or you have odd numbered team. You can do push-ups or mountain climbers into a sprint. So all you folks, get down on your stomachs. Spread out, use the court, use the court. Okay, so I will count 3 push-ups. So it's 1, 2, on the third, push yourself up and then sprint. Yeah, to half, that'll be good. What's that? Can you do a push-up? Okay, ready, on my count. When I say 1, you get up, get back down. 2, 3, 3 is go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So right from push-up, it already puts them into that position. Okay? Go back, let's go, jog it back. So you just made it easier for yourself to teach acceleration. All you have to do is just get them on their stomach, and then they have to accelerate out. The distance that you're going to give them is only about 10 yards, 15 the most. Anything more than that, you're not really doing it right. Okay, this is for the people's first step. If you want an athlete to have a very, very explosive first step, keep the distance really short. No less than 5, no more than 10 or 15. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, jog it back. We got one more to show. Hurry up. Okay, the next level to this one here is the mountain climber. You folks just seen mountain climber with Howie. Howie, can you get in on this one too? Everybody will start with the right foot up, looking like this. Hurry up. So I'll say switch. On the third switch, get up and go. Switch, switch, switch. Bring it back. Hurry up. How are you lost? Bad speed coach. One more time. Ready? Switch, switch, switch. And of course, you're going to train both sides. So you can do 6 reps. You do 3 with the right foot to start, 3 with the left foot afterwards. Okay. Next up, resistance sprints. This is the fun stuff. So we got a bunch of blue bands. Now you might not have this, or if you're maybe your gym. Or whatever gym you're at, what high school you're at, maybe they have these. But if you don't, you can use other things. You can use really big towels, you can use ropes, it doesn't matter. These are just bonus right here. So partner up with somebody about your weight. Oh, actually, we're going to do a demo first with Eric and Howie. So now you already know how to get your athlete more explosive, or their first step more explosive right out the block. The next one that they're going to do now is get fast in the open court. So not with the first step, but everything else after. So Eric's done about 1 million of these all summer. All he has to do, move forward, have some tension on the bands. This guy here is only going to give about 50%. If he gives 100%, Eric's going to look really bad at running. You want to make sure that you don't compromise the running form. So this is what it looks like with the 100%. Go ahead. Yeah, just a half. Okay. Actually, he's not that bad still. Howie's just really light. Okay, bring it back. Actually, we'll do it with Howie. Do it from there. Okay, ready, go. Okay, so now his forearm is broken. You're not really doing anything to improve his speed. So, always start off with about 50% resistance. This guy, if you have to gauge it, just correct the person. It's going to be really tough when you have these athletes here. They're not going to know what 50% is. Bring it back, make them start again, and just say less resistance until it looks proper. So let's do 50% and go ahead and make it look like you're good. Good. Now the distance for this one is going to be longer. Hey, now everybody, you seen that? Okay? Basketball people, you're going to about the other free throw line. Ready? 50% resistance in the back, right? So lean back just a bit. Ready, set, go. Come on, push, 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 push. Okay, good. Everybody turn around, switch positions, and you're coming back. Ready? Lean in, go. Let's go, push, push. More explosive, let's go, come on. Let's go, let's go. Good. How'd that feel? Good. Zim, you're not done yet. The rest time for this is going to be pretty long. Also, you can do variations of this. That was linear. So they're only going for straightaway speed. Sometimes you have people that are going to be facing sideways. So we're facing that way. Running. And the same thing, 50%, go. So you're still doing the same thing, but now he's got to be fast laterally, moving side to side. How will you come back? And your program, when you're using this into your practice plan, that's all you have to do is just switch positions, and now Howie gets to go. So everybody gets a chance at it. There's not a whole lot of standing around. Everybody gets their time. Okay, everybody, turn and face that way. Ready? Make sure you're crossing over. Go. Come on, move, 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 move. Okay, turn and face. Switch positions. Ready? Go. What's that? Okay. Now the last one that we're going to show you is the shuffle one. Now this is specifically for defense. There's also another tool that I use, but we'll use this one here. Now again, this one is not going to be the length of the court. It's not even going to be to half. Count out about 15 yards, 10 yards, and go ahead and lateral defensive slide. There you go. Okay, other side. Just go to half. Ready? Okay, don't lean back too much, okay, because you don't want their form crazy. Ready? Go. Ready? Go. Good. Okay, so with this one here, just so you know, if you're going to be doing this specifically for speed, or you're going to have a training component to this, the work-rest ratio, this is a little bit of science, so this could be boring, is 3-to-1 minimum. As in, if you time this and it takes them 5 seconds to get there, multiply that by 3, and that's their rest time. So they'll have 15 seconds rest. Okay? Again, if you're doing speed work and they're fatigued, you're no longer doing speed work, you're just doing conditioning. There's no sense in making them run anymore, okay? Or give them longer rest periods. Now, a couple of interesting points. I know I have to close this up right away, and I want to do a little Q&A if anybody has any questions. Thank you, you girls and guys are done. One of the things that a lot of people or a lot of coaches are learning is something about stretching. Who does not stretch after, before practice? No stretching? No? That was something that was taught that you learned somewhere, right? Or no? Okay. Well, there's a little bit of truth to the no stretch thing. If you don't stretch after practice, like after a speed workout, that's good. Okay? Essentially what you're doing after speed work or plyometric work is central nervous system training. If you do stretching right after the program, you've reset everything, and the work that you just did is gone. Okay? You're trying to make your muscles more sensitive to stretch. So you do a bunch of plows, you jump, everything is firing super fast. Okay, let's everybody stretch. Okay, you just lost that central nervous system programming. So put that into your notes. Don't do it after. Now, depending on your practice though, if there's a whole lot of speed work in your practice, then don't do it. But if you're just going through motions and they're still sweating, you still have to stretch. You can stretch then. If you do the speed work, wait about an hour after you're done your workout to stretch. Now, I think a lot of people are thinking that stretching is bad. It's not a bad thing. It has to be done, but just know when to put it in, okay? 29. Okay, I have to close it off there. Are there any questions so far? Yeah? There has to be. Please? Please, questions? Yes? Stretching before? That's not a bad idea. That's good. Although you'll read a bunch of stuff that say that you lose power output before stretching or before doing any exercises, that's only pre-competition. Okay, so if I'm going to do, we'll use Olympic lifting for example. That's the one that they do that a lot for. Olympic lifting is like cleans, snatch, clean and jerk. You've seen that in the Olympics? They don't stretch beforehand. And for good reason. It's because they have to produce as much power as possible. And you dull everything when you do stretches. But if it's just for practice, it's not like your team is going to go out into competition. You're doing it because you want them to be healthier. Which, if they're not flexible, they're not going to be a fast athlete. So it's good to do it beforehand. Just your goal after you do your speed work, don't stretch. So I'm trying to change the way things are run now. So please stretch before. Yes? Do that before you start your practice. It's a good way of getting them warmed up anyway. Instead of, just do layups or jog around a little bit. This, after your system has been laid down with your team, should take about 10-15 minutes. And then that's it. You can do this, if it's teaching, you can do this daily. But once they've mastered everything, you're looking about 2-3 times a week. So put that in wherever you can. Only 2 to 3 times, no more than, and not back to back. Yep. Oh, those bands right there? You can actually go on my website. A good friend of mine, he sells these, but they come in from Montreal. So, I don't even know his company. It's just on my website, sorry. But you can get, order off of that link, and then you can get them.
Okay, stretch or no stretch? I heard don't stretch before practice. You were saying that way dynamic.
Yes. Put the static stretch back. Okay? Yeah. Because again, the whole idea with that, with just doing dynamic, is for more power output. Well, your kids aren't really going, if your kids aren't really going to competition, then there's no sense in doing it. You're trying to get your kids healthy. So this is more of a rehabilitative, more of a health view on looking at that stretch. So put it back in. I get the dynamic part of it, and you can put dynamic and static together, but eliminate entirely is going to do more harm than good. And the numbers don't lie. We have to do a whole lot of stuff with athletes who have patellar tendonitis, Achilles tendonitis, because their coaches or their parents say don't stretch, and then, well, what happens in the end? The athlete pays for it. So we have to put it back in. So yes, stretch beforehand. Pardon? No, don't stretch pulled muscles. Oh, stretch cold muscles. Stretch cold muscles. Oh, no, you got to warm it up first. Right. No. Put it. You still have to do the warm up, and that's like Grant was saying, that there's a dynamic warm up that you do. Yeah, that's good stuff. I like it, but put the static in there to improve hamstring flexibility, to improve hip flexor flexibility, right? So if you're going to follow, let's see, the plyometric workout or something that we did, that warm up that we did, where we did squats, we did the reverse lunges, we did reactive foot drill, add a dynamic warm-up where walking lunge, this is a dynamic warm-up already on its own. Put your static in there right after if you want to. So right after that template that we just did here, put your static in. So. Yep. Yes, that is. I'll do the really quick therapy thing. If this is tight, I have tight quads. If I can't get my heel to my butt, the tension on my patellar tendon, also on the kneecap as well, goes up big time. So this here starts to pull big time. We got, and that's where you get that patellar tendonitis, or you get patellofemoral syndrome, where the kneecap is pressed into the femoral condyles too much. So that's where this static thing is sort of, they used to do it way back in the day, and sometimes people will just get it, but we try to minimize as much as possible. So put the static back in. All done with questions?
Any last few questions for Sherwin? Go in here.
Website is accelerationperformance.ca.
You can also find in your package there Sherwin's full brochure. It's the yellow and black pamphlet that's inside, so that's got full information on what else Sherwin has to offer.
Yes. And I don't know how we did. I think we have a couple of coupons that we'll just throw at people, or how you can just throw them up there. We're giving away a couple of free speed sessions for your team if you have a team. Oh, there's a question? Oh, it's on the, do you have a brochure or those coaches pamphlet things? Yeah, it's in there.
It's accelerationperformance.ca.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's Sherwin's. Thank you. You have some some free.
Yeah, there's some free stuff in here.
Okay. We're going to draw some names for these free passes that Sherwin has brought. And again, what were they, Sherwin? What was this for?
One free team speed session.
Okay, great.
And then kettlebells. I don't know. Kettlebells are in there too.
So we've got 6 different things here.
These are all.
Okay, excellent. So actually, Howie, you want to pull 6 names out? And again, you got to be here to win.
Do the 5s.
Greg Massey.
Thank you.
Selkirk Sonics. Come on down, Greg.
Did that hurt? Sorry. Oops. Who wants the mic?
Okay, Trish Hulson, Selkirk Sonics as well. Joe Forentino, St. John's High School. Joe, going once, twice. Sorry, Joe. Kevin Thorkelson, Dakota 13 Girls. Kevin, going once. Wave your hands, Kevin. No, twice, gone. Caden Dupaskier, the Lakers. Caden. He is up there. There we go. Good. Kathy Boschman, the King's School. Kathy. There she is. Come on. You can take that. So, look at that. It's over there. Actually, not. I don't need. Not that. And we got 3 more. Suzanne Dick, Lindenwoods. There we go. Great. So again, everything in that Sherwin has to offer is in that brochure that's in your package. We got 2 more. Caitlin Edick, Waverly Heights. Caitlin. Gone? Sorry, Caitlin. Steve Trottier, Southdale. There's Steve. All right. All these tickets are going to go. Oh, I don't want to give him that. Well, 1 more. There you go, Steve. Thanks. We have 1 more of these, and then 1 more door prize, and then our big one. Tom Unrah, Norbury. Tom. There he is over there. Great. You want to give that? No, thanks, Howie. Okay, and we got 1 more door prize draw here. Lee will pull out 1. And that's our final regular door prize. Dave Matskew, Treehern. Dave, he is back there. Great, Dave. Okay, that's an MHSA shirt, NBA shirt, MHSA golf shirt, and a Basketball Manitoba sweatshirt. All right, Dave. All right. That's the small ones, if you want to call that. All of these passes, or all of the door prizes, are now going back into the draw. And this includes the ones from yesterday. Let's move. Hold on. They're being well shooken inside. Well shooken. Is that a word? Shooken. Okay, we'll keep mixing. I don't lose anything here. Okay, Sherwin, are you still here? Sherwin's going to pull so that nobody's going to hate me. They will hate Sherwin. They already hate me, so that's fine. Hey, mixing. Now, just for the record, this one, again, you don't have to be here to win this. This is the big draw that we've given away, just so that everybody is aware. Again, this draw here is for a trip to Las Vegas for the 2010 Nike Championship Coaches Clinic. The clinic is the largest and highest profile basketball coaches clinic in the world, and it features the who's who of the NCAA coaching community. The trip includes airfare to and from Winnipeg, hotel accommodation, and the clinic registration fees. Approximate value of the trip is $1,500. So, without further ado, we're going to have Sherwin, and I will raise it up high so that there's not too high. So come on, Sherwin.
Why you got to be like that?
I know, but I will raise it so that nobody is seeing anything.
Okay.
There are no sleeves.
Where are we staying?
Where are we staying? Yeah. We pull our own names. And this is, again, don't have to be here to win this, but...
Well, you have to be.
Well, no, you don't have to be. No, I've been saying
that
all weekend. Hey, that is our prize ticket.
Spartans?
Hold on.
Hold on, I get to say it.
Okay, you want to say it?
Okay. That's not my name, so I don't want to say it.
It is Patrick Kerr, Spartans RS. Is Patrick here?
You better be here, because I'm
If Patrick is here, I hope he's here. Patrick.
Going once.
He's not here, but like I've said all weekend, for the record, Patrick is our winner of our Las Vegas trip. We will make sure he gets that. So thanks again, everybody, for being part of the Super Clinic. We'll definitely do this again next year. Make sure you take all of your materials with you. You'll be getting a survey from us in the next day. We appreciate your feedback on the weekend. And you'll be getting an email in about 10 days with links to find all the video we took over the weekend, including the different files and information that the presenters were talking about. Thanks again. Have a great season. We'll see you all back here next year. Thank you.